Did anyone remember to bring the $50 for Taco Bell?
Don't start that crap right now. We have a bigger problem on our hands. It's become apparent they're getting too close to the truth. We have to silence them.
You guys know I only work for Taco Bell money in the Bel Grande.
Oh, that's right. The Bel Grande is on sale. Wait a second. Just kill him. Sorry, I got distracted.
Sure thing, hon. I have multiple copies of Happy's Feather Duster.
Hey, who farted? Be honest. Geez, open a window or something. That is between me and the mighty sea. Are you sure you didn't have a Bel Grande earlier? Yeah, I saw him. He had it. Blame him. No one likes a tattletale weevil. Okay, kill him, everyone. What's up there, my friends? It is once again me, Animanga, and we're back for the next Queen of Games tournament. I call it Queen of Games because our current champion is a queen, Diana Gray, and this is known as Dark Signers. Now, since there's going to be back-to-back Dark Signers tournaments, back-to-back title tournaments, I'm just going to call it Dark Signers 1 and 2 for this time, and then 3 and 4 for next week. But let's start with 1 and 2. Here's the backdrop lore real quick. Certain duelists are lured to an abandoned warehouse in the middle of the city. There, a shadow pops out, and it's Martin warning them of the fast approaching danger of the Dark Signers. That's right, it's Martin, otherwise known as the janitor. During GX, he followed him to the island. And yes, he knows all about what happened with Zero Reverse. Before he can finish his sentence, as he wanted to tell him about Zero Reverse, he is slain by a man named Solomon, aka Grandpa. Let's go, Grandpa. Our heroes are trapped, and the famous Dark Signers the slums has rumored and feared about are true. They plan to drain the life force of all duelists in Neo Domino and the slums to power their Earthbound Immortals and restore what was lost when Zero Reverse happened. So there's the backdrop. Obviously, we'll get into more lore later. So let's start with my 6. Dark Signer Panic. You can see him on your screen here. I just gave him a little cloak. As if he wasn't dark enough, he gets the darkest of dark. After his defeat at Duelist Kingdom, he was sentenced to death by Max Pegasus, instead of the Shadow Realm for his failure. He was gifted new life and an Earthbound Immortal by the Dark Signer leader. Wants revenge on Max, of course. Dark Signer Rex. We saw him, he's the only Dark Signer we've seen so far, but this is full power Dark Signer Rex. The former King of Games died in the facility, and at first was a weaker Dark Signer. Now he is a full-fledged Dark Signer with his very own Immortal. Everyone's favorite, Dark Signer Weevil, the one who betrayed Dark Signer Rex. Ditched Rex to become a true Dark Signer first. Claims to now possess the strongest insect deck ever. We'll see about that. Helen is in this tournament. Dark Signer Mako. I really like his edit the most. He really looks cool with this dark purple waves on his headband. His father accidentally threw a harpoon in him and ended his life. This is why Mako hates the water and fishing. Huh. At least he was revived by a nice old man and got a brand new well. Hi, hun, it's Dark Signer Mai. When Zero Reverse happened, she was killed off screen. She is second in command and the second Dark Signer revived by their leader, a mysterious old man. She now looks at him like a god who can do no wrong. Can't stand to be around Dark Signer Panic when group meetings happen. Accurate to the anime. Lord Kaiba X, ah yes, was always the most emo duelist ever until now, and he hates the fact that these Dark Signers are trying to upstage his emo-ness. Time to fight, my blue eyes. Now for Serenity 6. Asa, the Earth Charmer, a new character from them. A dual spirit who silenced her former duelist. Dude, you made Asa pure evil. How is Asa evil? I guess in this lore it is. A random high schooler who didn't know Lexi and friends. She's driven by results and progress and hates fun. Despises Hita and Win, especially for their carefree attitudes. Her duelist wasn't progressing at a fast enough rate for this is like, never mind. I'm not going to say anything, but for her, so their curriculum is even more strict than Crowler's, okay? They should have been a teacher at Duel Academy. Anyway, her duelist wasn't progressing at a fast enough rate for her, so she decided to get rid of the issue. All it takes is slight coaxing by Prue to draw Asa's cold, vindictive heart. Never truly happy, but she's content when her allies progress towards their goals at a pace she likes. Secretly desires to overthrow Prue and take over the world herself. Prue gives her a powerful deck to take down Hita and her sisters. Excuse me, not Charmers, sisters. Well, I guess you could say Charmers too, but that came out wrong because it was sisters in the lore. Next, Dark Chan. Similarly to Asa, silenced her OG duelist. On the surface, she's the silent, melancholy type. She believes she's a far better duelist than her sisters. And when someone challenges that ego, it leads to her having internal dangerous panic attacks until Asa-chan calms her down with a powerful spell. Are they friends? Are they like the best friends in their part of the group? Dark Chan sees no value in the world and doesn't understand why Hita, Win, and friends fight to protect it so much. Like Asa, she received a powerful deck from Black Sorceress Prue. Casey, Lexi, TK, and Yuma Nakamura. These four get word that Prue is assembling her forces again to take over the two worlds. They try their best to stall until their other friends can arrive and hold off Prue's forces. Hita and Valkyria are angry and hurt that the remaining two Charmers would turn against them like that. Now for Mitchell 6. Kaichi Masterson, a scrappy upstart from Liaison City, who joins Drawl, D-R-A-W, as a wrestler and catches the eye of Chiaki. She notices he acts a lot like her. Kaichi seems hard focused on his training, just like Chiaki is. He's almost like a male version of Chiaki. After Kaichi takes her with him to Liaison City to visit his mom, Chiaki learns that Kaichi's father is Dox, meaning Chiaki and Kaichi are cousins. Kaichi chose to live with his mother instead of joining his dad at Chiyu Monastery, so he and Chiaki never met before now. Kaichi is somewhat of a pacifist. While he doesn't mind fighting in wrestling matches, he dislikes seeing monsters killing each other in duels. To that end, he uses a deck that ignores his opponent's monsters and goes straight for their life points. He has now traveled to Neo Domino City to fight alongside his cousin Chiaki against the evil forces threatening everything. Dimitri Dukes. Dimitri is a huge Uriel fanboy. He happens to be French-American, just like the Gabriel clan. The Uriels seem to be more American than French, while the Breezes are more French than American. Dimitri has studied Michael Uriel in particular. He went to both Solhauser and URIA for information, before deciding not to copy Michael Uriel's deck. Instead, he took blueprints from Dr. Ben Doof's lab. Doof is still AWOL, by the way, although I thought he was dead in the lore, to be honest, from my side, and used them to make a dimensionator. With this, he observed alternate versions of Michael from other universes, and based his deck on what one of them was using. So if he duels Michael Uriel, it won't be a mirror match. For now, he wants to protect the Uriels from the forces of darkness threatening Neo Domino City. Chiaki returns to try to save the world again. Chiaki sees yet another big evil threat on the horizon, and as such, another chance to prove herself. Even better, She has a cousin she only met for the first time recently fighting alongside, even if he is a bit of a pacifist. She plans to have a chat with Para and Dox later about why they never told her about Dox having a son. She also wants to take Kaichi and Chiyu Temple to Chiyu Temple for training. She also wants to take Kaichi to Chiyu Temple for training. I said that wrong. Michael. URIA is out and forced to handle the Darksider threat. Michael sets out to face the enemy and encounters Dimitri Dukes, who claims to be Michael's #1 fan. Michael promises to give Dimitri a shot at joining URIA after the Darksiders are defeated, and promptly runs off. Naturally, Dimitri chases after him. Michael tells the guy that he is focused on saving the world right now and doesn't have time for autographs. Pfft, what an arrogant jerk. Dimitri insists on fighting alongside Michael, so Michael decides to give the guy a chance to prove himself. Tiamat cheers. Haven't seen them in forever, since like mid or early GX, I think. Tiamat and Zachary return to Earth after learning of Zero Reverse, bringing Neptunian metalsmith Henry Fango with them to help with repairing the damages caused by the event. Now these Darksiders seem to be trying to cause even more destruction. Zachary is catching up with the monks and helping them search for Ronan. So Tiamat decides to face the Darksider threat herself and try to prevent any further destruction. Melvin Gallagher, I haven't seen him forever either. Melvin has been helping Angela and Victor repair the NASA base in Cape Canaveral so NASA can resume doing space missions. He and Angela have actually grown quite close during this time, when Melvin learns that his Neptunian friends who had left Earth after the graduation tournament are back on Earth. He heads to Neo-Domino City to reunite with them. He arrives to find evildoers called Darksiders trying to cause destruction, when Zero Reverse had already caused mass destruction. He also notices Tiamat heading into battle and chases after her, deciding he needs to protect her from this dangerous group of enemies. And that is Mitchell's 6, now for Lego 6. Olivia returns, Olivia Springs. Olivia has been a major talking point throughout the city ever since her victories against former champ Max Pegasus and Angelica, and also a tournament winner, both of whom were previous #1 ranked duelists. It's a curious result. It made the meeting organizer call her to this place in order to see if that was just a mere fluke. Ever since her Rise in fame, she started a small business customizing others' duel discs for them. Of course, that has to be a side job for her, considering she was officially contracted to be a duelist working under cash. She saw another girl her age here and managed to make conversation. She even gave her a sticker of an explosion as a gift, since it seemed like she was a fan of them. Oh. Hank Scratch Porter. It's good to see the old man again. Scratch is an unpleasant man to be around, but certainly resourceful, and his deck can be a threat in the right hands, which is why he was brought to this meeting. He initially refused to come, but then he was offered a payment if he agreed to it. Whether or not he'll actually get that payment remains to be seen, but even if he doesn't, these Darksiders are going to get in his way. So he may as well help get rid of them. However, he can't help but get distracted by all the information he's found out. Diana Gray, the Queen of Games currently. As the current Queen of Games, Diana has seen an essential figure. Diana was seen as an essential figure to recruit to be part of this conflict. She got a much-needed confidence boost from Fortune Cup, and because of that, has been able to push back against the collective's attempts to take control through her, with Sandra helping along the way. Cash didn't even know her name when he tried to convince her to turn against justice. Despite all the years she spent around Helena, he kept calling her Diane, much to her annoyance. Well, you're not the only one, Cash. Helena, former champ. Helena is, not former Queen of Games, but she's won 2 tournaments. Helena is an extremely powerful pro duelist which made recruiting her a simple choice for this meeting's organizer. Plus, she's been staying by the side of the current Queen of Games, so she likely would have come even if she wasn't invited. She's been staying by Diana's side to help keep cash away from her. However, Diana's behavior towards her makes it very clear she isn't the most accepting of the idea. Helena understands that and doesn't expect Diana to ever accept her as a friend after all she put her through, but knows how important it is to keep the collective away from gaining control. Officer Wade, the baby officer. I remember this guy. He has the baby strapped on him. Wade has been attempting to completely rebuild sector security without all of its corruption, and because of that, has been deemed trustworthy and good-hearted enough to be called to this meeting. He agreed to help stop this threat with no convincing needed. In order to protect the city, he was able to create a new deck before he arrived here, and believes it to be a good enough deck to help accomplish his goals. Amanda Fox. We've seen Celia recently, but not Amanda. Right? We haven't seen Amanda recently. Amanda was furious to find herself called here under false pretenses. She and the other collective members were promised an important business deal, only to find... Oh, no, we did see her. She was the one that... Yeah, we saw her in the party. She was the one that had the infamous duel against Chad. She considers it lucky these Darksiders are around as a larger threat. Oh, sorry. She and the other collective members were promised an important business deal, only to find that was a lie. She considers it lucky these Darksiders are around as a larger threat. Otherwise, it'd be very easy for the collective to take this chance to ambush Justice and his allies. But who knows? They may win enough to kill two birds with one stone. That's right. All right, now we're on to Nightshroud's 5. Chris Shadow. Chris doesn't know what's weirder, the flashback happening which freaked everyone out, or the fact he sees the Great Leviathan snuck in his camper trailer of... What? Snuck into his camper trailer of his truck. But the great beast is now small. And what are you doing to my great Leviathan? The Leviathan is not a joke to play around with, Nightshroud. He is also not a dragon. He is a serpent. He is a snake. And adorably bopping to K-pop music like Soda Pop. What? What are you doing to the Leviathan? How dare you? Though now... You put that in on purpose. Though now some meeting organizer called him. Spike and the other friends for something. Chris is assuming this person wanted to see what Spike can do since he and the others made quite a dueling ruckus. But what they will find out is going to get crazy. Chris hopes the deck upgrades can work out. Cue a certain Earthbound Immortals spider doing the stick bug dance meme. Oh, that's Weevils. Spike. Yeah, that's Uru. Spike couldn't help but frown from the flashback that smacked everyone comically, especially when remembering the tragedy of what happened with Rarity and what Darkness had revealed to him about the future. But at that moment, he's upset. His fave strat is dead due to future fusion stop working for now. Break the fourth wall, why don't you? Which Chris just says Master Duel AI decided to be dumber and not play it anymore. Someone make Revolver debut early so he can dunk on the AI badly. He hopes the new idea for his strat works, although... Okay, never mind. It's strat. He tested it shortly on the island in a rematch, but he hopes it continues to work maybe. Now, some meeting organizer asked Spike and his friends, apparently took notice of Spike's abilities and his friends. He got a bad feeling the random flashback is a warning and things are going to blow up. And not just in wacky ways. Sandbar, good to see them again. Sandbar the Earth Pony and the rest of the Young Six kind of anime face faulted at the flashback that popped up. Certainly not fun. Lol. But now they are all invited by this weird meeting organizer and about to get some juicy lore. Though Sandbar anime sweat dropped, a Grandpa Moto is just there and confused. Well, as far as you know, he wasn't gonna be here. But I just so happened to put him in here. Who let the old guy in? Well, I mean, he's the boss. With what's going to happen, Sandbar and his buddies will try to help big time. Sandbar anime sweat drops at Yona literally sent one of the Dark Signers flying. Which one? Nightmare Moon returns. Guess who's back, like a recurring nightmare. And boys, this wicked mare is madder. This wicked mare is madder than ever. After the Dark Signers suddenly reveal themselves after the lore dump, she and two others barge in. Looks like darkness is going to cause trouble again, though the Dark Signers quickly get confused and annoyed by them barging in, now claiming they are stealing their spotlight. Yeah, that's the way these Dark Signers would operate. They're very petty. Nightmare Moon, the DM characters are just mad their series is over, okay? Nightmare Moon does not care about spotlight, though the Dark Signers are also comically accusing her of ripping them off due to Earthbound prisoners. Cue the gods anime sweat dropping. Nightmare Moon hopes her deck would still work, and not suddenly breaking against certain duelists or opponents. Oh, she can tell a certain foe did something to make her brick. Not gonna let that little trick happen again. Time for revenge. Nightmare Rarity. Last we saw of her, she was disappearing while in Spike's arms during the invasion of darkness. But unfortunately, she has returned. Still under the darkness, and Spike is upset in seeing his friend still in this state, and now gonna cause trouble yet again. Though the Dark Signers are comically complaining they are getting upstaged, cue Nightmare Rarity casually blasting one of them with magic. This is gonna be a doozy. Octavia. She's shown up yet again after causing quite a bit of problems back at the island, with a nasty surprise of being accompanied by Nightmare Moon and Nightmare Rarity. Looks like she is connected with darkness after all, and boy did the trio crash the party, much to the Dark Signers' annoyance, and looks like Octavia is eyeing something that they have. Now our heroes got to deal with not just the Dark Signers, but now this nightmarish trio. Watch as Kaiba is just pouting nearby, though since Octavia out-emoed him at the party. You cannot out-emo Kaiba, let me just tell you that. And returning for Jimmy Jam 6, starting off, we have the Chumpster, the grilled cheese monger. Chumley Huffington has returned. Chumley Huffington went into the room looking for grilled cheese and found none. Now he's in this Dark Signer business. Really? It's all over a grilled cheese, Chumley. What a duelist. Anyway, he obviously, I don't think he got the memo. Duel Academy's destroyed. All right, Ruby. Grown up, apparently. So Jamie Jam says, Ruby, after being recombined, is now older. Remember with the 3-part Sapphire and Topaz. Must be because of her traveling through the spirit world. She traveled with Justice and was kind of scared and nervous when she's nervous. That's an oxymoron. When she's nervous, Gendora tends to pop out her deck and blow up. Okay. Wow, what a sentence. She is ready to help and try to take out Dark Signers. Super Gwen. Super Gwen is a wannabe hero and shows up whenever evil appears. She's really sweet and tries to do good whenever she can, whether it's helping grandmas cross the road or helping cats out of trees. She's here to try and stop all the Dark Signers herself. This girl is way out of her league, way outclassed. Anya returns. Anya had a feeling something bad was going to happen, and she was right. These Dark Signers seem to be no joke, and these cards they have there are so powerful. They must be stopped, and she's here to stop them. Let's go, Anya. I like Anya. She's cool. Ray and Zero Gentle, which, by the way, is Cheesy's character that Jamie Jam's allowed in. Ray just showed up and claimed that they were getting some major dark powerful readings. They think that if they can collect what major power the dark cards are, they'll probably be the best card collector in the galaxy. Zero the Gentle, meanwhile, has been talking to Yubel using their spaceship's communication device, which may or may not just be a regular computer. Ever since their duel, he's been learning how to master the darkness. Today, he was going to do that when he gets his turn in Ray's body. However, after getting powerful dark readings, he decides to surprise Yubel with a new card he and Ray hopefully collect. Cheesy Chan returns, another cheesy character that Jamie Gems allowed. She's been wondering why her deck turned into a lame ritual deck on the island. I know, that is weird how that happens, right? But that didn't concern her. She had finished making a delicious, scrumptious pizza. But, scrumptious, what a word. When she looked away, the pizza was gone. She remembered seeing some weird, edgy guys and thinks they are the reason the pizzas are gone. So she pulls out a new deck, with cards from a well she found in the island. Oh, aka Chaz, or a la Chaz. That was inspired by a certain burn user to chase away the creepy guys. And there you have it, guys. That's all 36 characters. I'm just letting you know I'm recording this after the tournament ended, and I just want no spoilers, but I'm putting in a disclaimer. This is an insane tournament. There were some insane duels, but I meant for what happens during the tournament. Now, it keeps messing up, and my computer kept crashing out. And I thought I thought part 2 wasn't even going to be eligible. And at first it wasn't. I thought it was corrupted. But like looking back all through it, I watched the whole thing over again. Part 2 is the only problem we had. I watched all of part 2 all over again. And it only goes out like in between duels. It never goes on during the duel that it messes up. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. It's all good. I'm going to let the tournament go through. And so the original winner is the winner. I don't have to replace it. And I apologize ahead. You're going to be upset and frustrated with what happens during this. And I am too. Very. But just bear with me here. I think I have a strat for the next tournament where it won't be a problem. So hope you guys enjoyed the tournament. Remember to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. The channel is Anime Manga. And shall see you for the next one. Bye.